What was meant to be a routine Harry Kane penalty suddenly turned into one of the most talked-about moments of England's World Cup night. England were facing Croatia, the tension was already high, and Kane, the captain, the record chaser, the man England trust from 12 yards, stepped up with the ball in his hands. But before the penalty even hit the net, fans watching at home were already stunned. Not because of the foul, not because of VAR, not even because Kane's first attempt was saved. They could not believe what ITV commentator Sam Matterface called him live on air. One phrase, 2 words, and instantly, social media erupted. The flashpoint came early in the match, just 12 minutes in. England had started with energy, and Noni Madueke forced the issue inside the Croatian penalty area. Luka Modric was judged to have fouled him, and the referee pointed to the spot. It was exactly the kind of moment Harry Kane has built his career on. The England captain walked forward, focused, calm, carrying all the pressure of the opening goal. For club and country, Kane has made penalties look almost automatic, but this one was anything but simple. As Kane prepared to take the spot kick, ITV commentator Sam Matterface described him in a way that shocked many viewers. He referred to Kane as a penalty merchant. For rival fans, that phrase is often used as a dig, a way to mock Kane's incredible record from the spot, as if penalties are easy, as if pressure does not exist, as if scoring again and again under the brightest lights is somehow a weakness. So when the words came from a commentator during a major England World Cup match, supporters immediately reacted. And then, almost perfectly timed for drama, Kane's first penalty was saved. Dominik Livakovic guessed correctly and stopped the stuttered attempt, turning what should have been England's dream start into a heart-stopping moment. For a few seconds, it looked like the pressure had swallowed Kane whole. The captain had stepped up. The commentator had just used the phrase everyone was talking about. And the penalty had not gone in. But the story was not over. The officials ruled that Livakovic had left his line too early, meaning Kane would get another chance. One penalty missed, one retake awarded, one stadium holding its breath. And this time, Kane changed the script. He went back to a more traditional technique, struck the ball with authority, and sent it into the far corner. England had the lead, Kane had his goal, and the conversation around Matterface's comment only grew louder. Online fans were not letting the moment pass quietly. Some felt the phrase was disrespectful. Others were stunned that it was used on live commentary at all. A few pointed out the awkward timing, Kane being called a penalty merchant just seconds before seeing his first effort saved. But Kane's response on the pitch was the only one that really mattered. He did not hide. He did not hesitate. He stepped up again and scored. And that goal carried extra meaning. It made Kane the second England player since Sir David Beckham to score at 3 different World Cups. On the same day, he also leveled Beckham's mark of 115 international caps for England. For a player constantly judged by records, moments, finals, goals, and pressure, this was another major milestone in an England shirt. And it did not stop there. Croatia hit back through Martin Baturina, whose impressive strike brought them level and reminded England that this was not going to be a comfortable night. But Kane was not finished. Before halftime, Declan Rice whipped in a dangerous outswinging corner, and Kane rose to meet it with a stunning header. Livakovic had no answer this time. From penalty drama to aerial brilliance, Kane had turned the noise into another defining performance. The same player being mocked by a familiar football insult had dragged England forward once again. Yet Croatia refused to disappear. In the final kick of the game, Petr Musa finished off a flowing move, adding one last twist to a chaotic contest. But by then, one of the biggest talking points had already been written. This was not just about England and Croatia. It was about how one live TV comment lit the fuse. It was about Kane missing, retaking, scoring, and then scoring again. And it was about fans refusing to let that penalty merchant line slide. In the end, Harry Kane did what Harry Kane has done so many times before. He took the pressure. He absorbed the noise. He answered on the pitch. For some fans, Sam Matterface's words were just commentary. For others, they crossed the line from analysis into insult. But the irony is clear. The phrase meant to reduce Kane's reputation only made the moment bigger. Because when the penalty had to be retaken, when millions were watching, when the pressure doubled instead of disappeared, Kane delivered. And then he added a header for good measure. So the debate will continue. Was it a harmless phrase or a disrespectful label for England's captain? Either way, one thing is certain. On a night full of drama, Harry Kane gave England another World Cup moment, and the commentators' words made sure everyone kept talking about it.